Okay, let's go ahead and finish up our third page of notes on the continent of Africa. So chapter 20 is titled The Region Today. We talk about a commodity is an agriculture or mining product that can be sold. People can get these products and go to a local market, sell items. The word diversify means to create variety in. For example, they could have a variety in their economy or farm products, exports, whatever it is. It's best to have a variety rather than rely on one sole product. These are some health issues for the continent of Africa. We have cholera. This was caused by inadequate sanitation and a lack of clean water. Malaria, an infectious disease marked by chills and fever. This can be spread through mosquitoes. Very simple solution to the problem. This says every year nearly 2 million people die of malaria. There's a little boy behind this net, and I've heard that if you spend $10 and they have a net, that they can survive without getting malaria. As they sleep, the mosquitoes won't bite them, and so again, pretty easy solution for us, but for them, getting $10 is probably pretty difficult. Tuberculosis, respiratory infection, spread between humans. Many times this is, somebody working in a restaurant, fast food. Maybe they'll go to the restroom, don't wash their hands. It can be spread that way quite easily. In agriculture, most farming remains subsistence farming, where they're just relying on producing food just enough for themselves, immediate family, but again, they could have a little bit extra where they would sell at a market. Not enough food is produced for the people, so this is traditionally what we understand about Africa, is they don't quite have enough for all the people. Population of Africa over 1.2 billion. Again, this is the whole continent, not any one single country. The land mass over 11.7 million square miles. And so you can see pretty amazing pictures as Africa in perspective. So we've got, here's the continental US, China, here's all of Western Europe, India, Argentina, and there's still spaces in between there. Sudan is over 1/4 the size of the United States. A little outdated picture. I realize I need to get this changed because now we have South Sudan created and has taken some of that land away. So probably a little less than 1/4 now. Maybe, I don't know how much less, but again, less than 1/4 for the size of Sudan. Africa has the world's lowest life expectancy. We just did a project in my geography class where the students are looking at our data file in the book. They're looking at life expectancy, comparing that with the US. It has come up. I remember textbooks that had 35 years as a life expectancy. Now I believe the lowest one in Africa is about 50 years, compared to the United States, which is 78 or 79 years on life expectancy. Malnutrition is a disease caused by not having a healthy diet. So if you look at this chart here, this says under 40, that's the dark area there. Again, not many areas have that anymore. The United States, we're 75 to 79. Canada, Greenland, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Spain and France, Norway, Sweden, some of the areas that are more than 80 years on that one. Anyway, back to malnutrition. So this, I'm guessing, just a little boy. You can see very skinny arm. You can see behind his arm, you can see the bones. Very skinny leg. You can see the knee joint. But they do have a protruding belly. I don't know what causes that, but it is a condition caused by being malnourished. And it's quite sad if we were to pluck them out of Africa and bring them to our home and feed them a meal. It at the very least would make them very sick. It might even kill them because their body just couldn't handle all of the sugar or fat or different things in some of our foods. You would have to feed them very bland foods, small amounts at first, to bring them back to a nourished state. Oh, and it also reminds me, I remember seeing a picture of there was a little girl, just a sad picture. She's starving and the lady is giving her a drink of water, and you could just see that, she's giving her life. She may not have survived had the lady not given her that drink of water. And then great end, not an end to the story, but another chapter would be that the lady that gave her the drink of water actually ended up adopting this little girl. Moving on, we have race. This is people with similar physical traits. So if you look at Hispanics, darker skin, black hair, Asians typically smaller in size, almond-shaped eyes, black hair, a lot of Asians don't have a large nose bridge. When I was in Korea, the people talked about how Americans have big noses. And compared to Asians, we probably look like we have big noses. Africans, again, dark skin, curly black hair, fuller lips. Again, just common features in each of these religions. And a homogeneous population is one drawn from a single ethnic group. Over 800 different ethnic groups can be found in Africa, each with their own language. I would guess probably some very similar to each other. So if you know one, you might be able to learn some of the others fairly easy. Religion and culture. So all with a variety of languages, religion, and culture in these many, many different ethnic groups found in Africa. About 2/3 of all Africans live in rural areas. My kids ask her if do they have electricity? Well, yes, they have modern cities. They have electricity. They have cars, but a lot of what we see is rural, and it doesn't look like they may not have electricity and some of those nice things in those rural areas. The tsetse fly, its bite can give both humans and animals sleeping sickness. So there's some close-up pictures of those. And that finishes up our third page on Africa. Thank you.